The coronavirus is once again dimming the lights on Broadway. Rising cases are forcing several shows to shut down during the industry's busiest week of the year and what brings a lot of people to New York. Big shows like Hadestown, Aladdin, Hamilton, and Harry Potter canceled shows through Christmas because of breakthrough cases among actors and production crew. Meanwhile, some shows like Jagged Little Pill are throwing in the towel and closing for good. But the pandemic is not just affecting New York City's productions. London, Chicago, Los Angeles, and other major cities are also closing due to the rising coronavirus cases. With more on this, I want to bring in CBS News contributor correspondent Jamie Wax. Hey, Jamie, I know you've been following this story.
I have.
It's not a very happy one.
No, it's a heartbreaker. I mean, as you said, this is the season that makes Broadway possible throughout the year. After 2 years of incredible loss, unimaginable stoppage, the hope was that this would be a welcome back to Broadway, a welcome back to New York, and it has been in many ways. But as you see show by show have to shut down, it's truly been heartbreaking and actually really damaging to something that is a national treasure.
Now, what do these cancellations mean for just the industry in general and looking into the future? I mean, we know that some of them are going on, the cancellation goes on until the 27th, yes. But they've been back on stage for just a few months. What does this mean for the broader industry coming next year?
Well, I think it's a good news, bad news situation. I mean, the good news is that the protocols that keep casts safe and audiences safe are working. That's why these shows are shut down. With the Omicron variant, which is so much more contagious, as we know, we're finding a growth in the detection. And I mean, casts are put through rigorous, and the crews on Broadway, rigorous testing and everything. But the magic of theater is that you share droplets. You don't stay socially distanced. That's why we love theater. It is, by its nature, a dangerous live art form, and so you're seeing something like this spread very rapidly. The good news is that this variant seems to be much more like something between the common cold and the flu. And the theater industry, particularly the Broadway industry, has pushed through years and years of flu season, cold season. If we find that out, the requirements on Broadway are that everyone who performs works on a crew and also comes into the doors as an audience member is fully vaccinated. Audience members are fully masked the entire time. So maybe there will be some sort of rapid realization that this is an endemic situation and not a pandemic situation, and that we start treating this more like the flu for people who are fully vaccinated and operating within safe guidelines.
Right. Key is it is mild if you are vaccinated and boosted. Now, what kinds of protections are being implemented for the actors and the production crews, both in terms of their health, which of course closing down is one, but also I guess their economy, their financing? I mean, how are they surviving? Well,
that's what's difficult is that is the field that I come from and that I still work in as well. And lots and lots of people went away from New York because they could not survive during the pandemic in New York, who had very healthy lifestyles and very healthy livings here working in the Broadway world, and they came back because everybody said we're back. This is quite a setback, but I don't think it's a death blow. I do think that this is, as I said, proof that the protocols are working. I do think there's going to be a different standard coming out of this holiday season. The difficult thing will be seeing how financially, as you say, everybody from the little person. I mean, if you think about the mom and pop businesses in Times Square that survived from a steady stream of New York tourists who came to see Broadway shows, and we're not talking about little shows closing. I mean, 30 minutes or so ago, The Lion King announced a closure until after Christmas. That is unprecedented. This is the height of the season. This is like the plot of Jaws. You know, the shark is out there, and there are lots of people who don't want to close the beach, but one by one, sections of the beach are closing. On the good news side, there are so many shows that remain open. So if you're coming here with your family and you're going to be safe, there are so many things to do in New York. Maybe you'll find something even better to see or something better to do here because of the restrictions that fate has put on your trip.
There's always something great to do in New York, of course.
True.
We'll see what happens with New Year's Eve. But which are the shows that are still running?
Well, there
Or
are
some that you know.
at the moment there are lots of shows running. I mean, if you want to look at good news, last night was the first preview of The Music Man with Hugh Jackman, and it looks absolutely magnificent. All of the video is wonderful. The response was fantastic. I mean, there is hope. There is so much creativity and life and joy on Broadway that it doesn't exist anywhere else. And I really know that Broadway will always be back, and this is just a temporary setback.
That's right. And now, what do people do, Jamie, if you were going to a show and the show was canceled? Are they refunding those tickets, rolling them over for next year? Okay.
Everyone's offering full refunds or exchanges, whatever you need. Everyone is acknowledging that this is a unique situation. And for the most up-to-date information, the Broadway League has created a website called busiest.com. If you and your family have plans to come into New York, you have tickets for a Broadway show, I mean, really, while I'm telling you this, the news may change. I could give you numbers, but I don't know that they would be accurate. It's changing every moment of every day. And bwaytoday.com is a really great resource because it is connected to every single show running on Broadway and gives you up-to-date information about closures and reopenings.
Thank you, Jamie. bwaytoday.com. It might also give you some ideas about what to watch next year.
That's right. Or right now, this Christmas.
or what's still open, of course.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lilia.